Hi, I'm Jan Platander. I'm Swedish, but I live in Norway, and I'm a playback theatre practitioner. And playback theatre has been around the globe since mid-70, and I've been doing it for 30 years. But the origins, the roots of the playback theatre goes really way back. People has in all times gathered around the campfire with the flames to warm each other, both with the heat, but also sharing stories from the day, from last week, or what happened 10 years ago that influenced us as a tribe. So stories from here and now to back then has always been part of the humanity. Sharing stories, building communities of understanding. Yeah, Grandpa, why don't you tell me about when you were a kid? Those kind of stories has always been a part of the human upbringing. Yeah. So playback theatre takes roots in that. Sharing stories, listening to each other, really empathetic, and trying to give a aesthetic expression of your experience. And always checking back on the teller. Did we capture the essence of your story? And it's something with being truly listened to. I guess you have experienced that. The difference between being really listened to and not being listened to. Other people want to say, oh, I've been on the same trip. I did the same. Yeah. So we are here in Latvia, together with some Norwegian teenagers, to meet the Latvian teenagers and to see the connection between filmmaking and spontaneous theatre here and now. Personal narratives, in different artistic expressions. And we want to learn from each other. We want to intertwine the artistic, the personal, and to build a bigger understanding of both what it is to be a human, but also to use different ways of expressing your thoughts, your emotions, your stories. And we are really happy to be here. Yesterday we had a thunderstorm and lightning that sort of started off. And now we are at day 2, and the workshops will continue. Stanislav's having one, and me and Hanne, my colleague, will have the other. And then we switch back and forth. And on Friday, we're going to have some performances and some film, cinema show here in this room with this huge stage.
We start with the first session, which lasts approximately 3 hours. And the main objective of the first lesson is for each of the participants to pick a theme. In picking the theme, the main objective is to pick something that is personal, that evokes an emotional reaction from the participant. So the theme is interesting to him, with an explanation that if it's interesting to him, it may be interesting to other people. The theme can be selected widely, and the participant has to explain why this theme is personal to him. Themes like death, love, loss of a close one, any other subjects that the participant is interested in are good themes and need further explanation from the teacher in order to keep a balanced and safe environment for the participant to tell his own story and explain the theme.
Starts with a man that's like waking up, hears the clock, and he's getting dressed and brushing his teeth, and he's an office man.
Okay.
And you have a suitcase.
Yes.
And then he goes.
Kuffert, I know.
And then he goes to a cafe and takes a cup of coffee, and then it all starts over again. He wakes up, brushes teeth, and then he goes to the cafe. But this morning he's taking a paper up, and it comes a lot of children and that screams and just talking, and he gets annoyed.
Okay.
And then he just stands up and is really mad, take his bag and just go. And then it just a morning again, he goes to the cafe, and this time it's a mom and a child. The child comes up to him and just staring at him, and just is very curious and goes around him and really curious. And then the man says boo or something, like
Tries to scare him.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
and then the child starts to cry, and the man laughs, and all the people
'Cause it's
around
funny,
and all the people around him in the cafe is like, what is wrong with you, or just like staring really down. And then the man actually gets really nervous. Everyone is looking at him and he don't know what to do, so he starts to go quickly out of the cafe and runs away from the situation, and down to the sea, and he just sits there and suddenly starts bursting out in crying, and then he just sits there a little while, and then the mother and the child is coming and just see that he's crying, and the child come up to him and sits 1 meter away from him or something, and said that it's okay to cry, and if he wants a hug. And when he cries, the child's mother is using to hug him, so if he wants
Love heter det.
lollipop,
Oh ja.
and then the man gets a lollipop and a hug, and then the child goes and says bye. Yeah, I haven't got any further.
Okay. Yeah. You got like
But he gets
everything.
happy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Short.
So why does this man hate children? What is that with that?
I think that he has a very weird childhood. I think his father is a bank man,
Okay.
and he has a very like an office man. He don't really care about the son. He just like, you need to do a good job.
Okay.
So the man hasn't talked a lot about his feelings. He just needs someone to like see his feelings and that he's not okay, and the child really sees him.
I think it's really cool. I saw it in paintings when I closed my eyes. I saw it in paintings as pictures, stop motion or something. It was really cool.
And I think that in order for there is a ground to be made with the stories, just to understand what kind of how the emotions how he's suppressing them now, because even with brushing teeth and waking up, how the room looks,
Yeah.
this all gives us hints on what is his life, right? So if you suppress emotions, you're constantly sustainable. It's very hard to make a relationship, right? If you don't find a person who does that same thing, also, right? So, do you think does he have a family, or he's living alone, or he has a partner?
Yeah, he's living alone.
He has a cat.
Maybe. Maybe an
British
animal.
blue,
Or perhaps
or
a bird.
very angry,
A bird.
or a bird.
Yeah.
I think it's
bird
the
is a
animal
Fishes.
who is much more emotional than him. As a
Parrot.
possibility, or fishes, yes, or even or we go the other way, that he likes looking at fish. Wow,
A
like
turtle.
him, a turtle.
Yeah. Or
Yeah,
like
turtle.
A reptile.
Nej.
A reptile.
Yeah, reptile.
Or some kind of things.
Yeah.
Wow.
De som kosögda.
Yeah. Cozy reptile.
And this the suppressing of the emotion, you know, if to visualize something, so you're brushing the teeth, you want to shave, and you shave, you use this skirt, and you cut your face, have zero reaction to the cut, right? So
And
meaning
doesn't
by done is like,
Do anything with it.
yeah, you just look at it and go,
What do you want to tell with this story?
Maybe that, I don't know quite, but even maybe that feelings needs to be seen, or people needs to be seen. That men's feelings is really important too. I don't know.
Yeah.
Emptiness.
That's
Yeah.
absolutely something.
Absolutely.
I don't know.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
You're telling us.
It's realistic.
You're doing this. I think that the only thing I gotta add that the child should come first and hug him,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and the mother, because he has their conflict is between him and the child. And what I read through it when I watched it is what we had discussed, of course, this child inside is completely lost. So the whole beginning should be built on the concept of being adult in everything. Precise, program everything is like precise. Complete cleanness of the space, so there was never in 10 minutes a child here who allowed you to leave something, unattended. Everything is cared for, and this creates this tension and pressure, and then the aggression towards these children. And he would get really scared if the child hugs him at first with the lollipop, so it would be getting a massive reaction from him. It's very something unclear because the emotions overflow from the hug, right? So this is the only thing I could add. Okay, let's do the clapping. The second part of the 3-hour workshop consists of trying to think of an idea inside of the subject that got selected by the participant. The parts of the idea consist of who, the main antagonist, the character, who will be the guide through the story, the what, the inciting incident, the event that creates conflict in the story. So the who, the what, and a conflict in between the two. The main guidelines of this workshop is to be very peculiar and detailed in selecting the character, and for the participant to give exact age, background, surrounding, financial state, social status, thoughts, ideas, fears, worries of the main character. Then the event, together with the theme and the character that is best suited for this theme. When I say best suited, I mean for him, it is the longest and most hardest journey inside of this theme. The example of it can be fear of heights, and the main character will probably have something to do with jumping out of the parachute or anything else where he will have to tackle the fear that he has, that will organically create a conflict. In 3 hours, each of the participants has a theme, an idea inside of the theme, where he has the main protagonist, the inciting incident, the event that starts off the film, and in between the two, there is conflict.
So her name is Abigail, and yeah, so it begins with that, with her waking up in a hospital, and a nurse walks in and calls for her family to come to the room. The family comes, a mom, a dad, and 2 of her little brothers. And they talk, and then she falls asleep again and wakes up in a different room. That's her own room. And then at some point they're sitting at the dinner table, and the youngest sibling says something that, I don't know what he says, but something that gets Abigail to think that maybe she doesn't belong here. And then at some point she's home alone and walks around the house. She goes to the garage and finds a lot of empty buckets of white paint, but none of the rooms in the house are white, because the hospital room was actually in the house.
Oh my god.
and they kidnapped her. But yeah, I don't know why. Because yeah, they wanted another daughter or
Maybe
something.
maybe they have a daughter, but she died.
Yeah, I wrote it down actually. Yeah.
Perhaps
So
they
it's
are like
something
this
like that.
sick family that
Yeah.
kidnaps girls. and-
Perhaps they are.
Perhaps.
Maybe.
No, there is this. It's like this cult or something that you're going to sacrifice.
Did you have
her.
more?
No.
No. Okay.
That's
Cool.
Okay, yes, so very cool. It's like the twists are great that the hospital room was inside. So they just drag her, right, and tell her the story. She lost her memory, or
Yeah.
it's fine.
She's
Okay.
her daughter, and yeah.
So let's discuss this family,
Yeah.
because I think this is the key and the heart of the story, because this is what is gonna open up slowly like this. So this is a
why.
family, yes. There is the family of the mother and the father. How old do you think they are?
I think they're young. I don't know how old. Because I wrote down that the two siblings are 12 and 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are they really their children, or they have went through the same same system as the girl is going?
Maybe they adopted them or something like
Mhm.
that.
Because I think it's very interesting, and if they went through the same system, maybe not 6, because 6 is very hard. They're also very strange. And during dinner, they get a ration of 3 medicine, one of which is Xanax, and like this. So they get like completely emotionally blocked,
Yeah.
right, from that. And it also, oh, just take this quickly, you know, like this. And the children, like, she's trying to talk to them, and they're yes, okay. Yeah, just
Or like
They
the
can
parents
get-
are telling the children like you have this sickness, you need to take the
Yes,
They
yeah.
have been
Or
convinced.
just vitamins.
yeah.
Vitamins, cool,
Yeah, vitamins.
very cool. Vitamins. Everybody takes vitamins. That's good.
So they also
Okay.
woke up in the hospital.
Yes, and then the inciting incident. She gets back home is just not to take drugs once. Maybe because you cannot go. They all like sit in the room and just wait so for the good to be intact, and she doesn't take them once. And then she has the strength to go around and look. She finds this white paint, but it's nothing. It's really cool with the white paint in the hospital. The twist thing is super cool.
But does she
Yeah,
find the
but-
wound? The
No, because
hospital
they
wound?
painted over it.
Okay.
I thought it maybe was the home office that was made to be the hospital room, and then they painted.
Maybe she find like some hospital things.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, doctor things.
Mhm.
Or like a
Hidden room or something.
or a picture of their dead daughter, and she like do this.
And what if the dead daughter looks a lot like
The-
her?
Or like
Why should they have a dead daughter? It's
Why
so
not?
it's so typical.
No, I think that should
No.
be, they can be. Well, they don't have. Yes, they are just childless, and they just completely went out of their mind if trying
Yeah.
to make a child
There-
and
Or maybe
started
someone,
to steal
they
children
maybe
from other
some
people.
another girl that they are taken before had like get out, and she like found
Ran away.
ran
Yeah.
away.
Or for our story, to make it more scary, they killed her and buried her on the porch territory.
And then
Because
ran
she also tried to be a bad girl.
Yeah.
She
Because-
tried
but
to
that's
run away
later.
and then she got killed.
That's later in the story
Yeah.
when
Yes.
she has found out and confronted
Yes,
them.
yes,
she
that's
confronts
like
them
the
and there's
Yeah.
gonna be.
Top.
climax,
Yeah.
climax.
Because also
Do you
imagine.
think she would confront the parents?
Let's
makes
not
him-
let's not
yeah.
jump that. So she understands the room because it's very hard, you know.
Yeah.
It's like the whole story. So I think the protagonist should confront the parents and she should kill them.
Kill the
Sure,
parents?
for what they did. Yeah, because it's not her parents, right?
Yeah,
She
because
should-
that's,
Yeah, but
it
is the-
doesn't happen very often.
yes.
I like
Or just
Yeah,
escape?
and or just escape.
But
But
she has to
let's take a
save the
dark
little
turn
brothers.
here. We have a
Take
chance.
them.
She
there.
needs to take the children.
But
I
why
think if the parents kill one of the boys by fighting, she should
Yeah.
kill them, you know.
Yeah.
But I think they should be punished. Isn't
Yeah.
it cool to punish this kind of
Yeah.
people? Because it's actually a true story. I read a story like that, where a family was stealing children from mother, just one at a time, and just putting him in a room, you know, just like in a dungeon and thinking that it's their
Yeah,
child.
perhaps you noticed that like the brothers and the fathers and mother doesn't even look alike. They are nothing like, they doesn't look the same, and all the
Okay.
pictures, it
That's
doesn't,
maybe the
she
next
doesn't make
step
any
in this,
sense of why should these
Mhm.
be my brothers and parents, we doesn't even
And
look
does she-
alike and
That's
stuff
what
and
I
so.
think when I'm home.
And does she start to
That's
go to
what we
school?
all think at a certain point of our
Yeah.
lives.
Maybe
It's a phase.
she
Okay.
finds a
It
picture.
will pass. Good.
They have a family picture of all of them, and then she finds cut out pictures
Yeah.
that like they cut out their faces. and
Okay.
And
Yeah,
just
there's
put
like
it
a-
in, yeah.
And
It's
and
like Photoshop.
and she can ask the parents during dinner, which is like a very quiet, when he talks kind of food. And say,
That's me and
I was yes, yeah.
Maybe.
And she says, I was looking at the family picture that we have, Mama, and I really ask why are we not why are we so different?
Yeah.
And the mother looks at her and says, so have you taken your medicine today?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she take it and passes out.
Yes, the father goes to the kitchen, brings a double dose, takes the medicine and passes out.
But she refused to take it at first.
But
No,
then she doesn't
she needs to trick
swallow
them
it.
not to take it. She
Yeah.
cannot
She
refuse. What do you
doesn't
mean refuse?
No, like why should I be taking the medication?
Because you're sick. You need to take the medicine.
Yeah, you've been in the hospital. You
Now
know.
you're getting this.
You're very sick.
But, yeah, it's better if they are really caring.
They're
Yeah.
really caring.
Lovable.
There's like it's like
They have
on
to
the
be
caring
really
to the point that choke you to death. You know, the care that just chokes you.
They're not creepy. They're just really,
Just
really
really
kind.
caring.
Yeah.
But
Really
what if
kind.
she just like
Too kind.
don't swallow it, but she fakes it and then
Yes,
Yes,
that's
this is
gonna
what she needs to
happen
do.
after.
She
Yeah.
needs
She
to
fake
put it
swallows
here and
and
just
then she just acts
smile.
up.
She
Yeah.
put the pills under her tongue,
yes.
and then she like fakes it, and spits it out when she comes in.
To the toilet.
Is it just a family or like a really weird cult neighborhood?
I was thinking,
Because what if
Yeah.
she escapes and she thinks like, oh, you're a normal person, but
Yeah.
the neighbor is in the same thing and has the same.
Perhaps
It's like for a
yeah.
group. It's
So
like
it's a very different two stories.
Yeah.
One is
I know.
the we explore the family and what is
It's a
crooked.
series.
When something goes over, if it's a cult, we more over explore society of
She's
people
like trapped.
thinking that
Yeah.
you can create a community that's gonna work 100%, which
Yeah.
is
There's a lot
impossible
of-
because we all fake. So it's just a
Yeah.
decision of the author what to explore, a family or society themselves, because they're like going mad, you know, and it's a very strange environment, and because you know you've been
They're living
in the-
like children in the age of 20.
yes doing the songs in the evening, you know, like and it's like, but it's not a horror film, it's just exploration of too much care of parents and how to absurdity, right? And it's really good. It's a really good film. Yes,
Just
and
me?
and this is also a direction, right? How you go, because we talk about care and they should be really caring. Not like this. I fully agree. We don't need to go into cheap horror.
Yeah, horror.
We just go into
It could be fun though.
exploration. It can be fun, and it's still gonna be very scary. Dogtooth is very scary at times,
Yeah.
but from being very real, that you can take the connection to, for example, some things that happen in your family. Of course, not to that extent because it's dramatized, but you can relate, and then it makes it even more scarier. So does she escape or she kills them?
I think she tries to kill them, but they come alive again. Like she thinks she killed them, and then she escapes, and then they come and I don't
Okay,
know.
and then she wakes up in her room again.
Yeah.
Wow.
And this,
This time she's
And then it was just a hospital all the time.
Yeah.
and it
But
was all a
just a
dream,
dream.
Yeah.
and she was on drugs.
Yes.
she wasn't more.
Yeah. You know this, yes? This is like the first idea. She was on dream. Why this doesn't work? dreams or drugs when the last scene is, oh, it was all a dream.
Yeah.
Because it has no rules. Because the viewer wants to know from you the rules of the world that you create. And it doesn't have to be the rules that we obey, but this is the only experience we know. So you can create the new world, like Lord of the Rings or Star Wars, but still it has to be comprehensible, the rules, the characters operate in there, and it has to be sustained and carried through, right? But it can be your rules, and this is the way the world works. In a dream there are no rules, so that's why it doesn't work. You just get really sad in the end when it was so unclear and the person says it was all a dream. You see. Okay, yes. Yes, if somebody wanted to say something? You wanted to say something?
I'm thinking of like, what if she thought it was a dream, but the viewers knew it was.
Oh, okay. So meaning like the parents come in, we know what they say, they smile with the girl again because she had this nervous breakdown, they got her back, and we walk out with the parents and we see that it was not a dream, that they're putting the pills in the doses of the children, and the other two boys are euthanized.
But then
euthanized.
they're like instinct. They actually believes it just was a dream. So
She thinks that it was a dream. She wakes up like in the beginning of the film. So this is called the circular form. So we come back to the place we started, but with a different knowledge or understanding of this. It can work. It's very scary. It's very scary.
Absurdism.
Absurd.
Yeah.
Yes. Very nice. Okay. The third part of the project will consist of dividing the participants in 5 to 6 teams, with each team having a task to create a story based on the knowledge they acquired in the first 2 chapters. So knowing how to create a story, it will be easier for them to brainstorm and create ideas that are possible in this environment that we stay in. After the teams, for 1 hour, 1 and a half, create the stories, they present them to other teams. We pick by voting with all the participants the story that we like the most. This story will become the basis of our film.
No, I like that too, so it's fine.
All right. The working title is Boy with No Name. Okay. The first scene is with his mother in some kind of way, maybe around the table or something, just to get to know the character. He's a good friend of his mom. Do you have the same or something?
No, we just forgot to have a title.
Oh, so you don't need a title, I don't think.
Sorry for interrupting.
Yeah, it's a working title.
Okay.
But it's good to have. If we can figure something out, it's good to have. It gives us more understanding of what the story was.
Okay, and then we see they have a great connection. It's very important that she says his name. That's, yeah.
And what is his name?
Roger.
Roger.
It was, we just have to, yeah, he has no name, so we have to think about it.
Okay.
Yeah. Roger is his name.
Okay.
And then, like after on the next scene, maybe something like that, he is in his room, and then he looks at a picture of his class. They all are very colorful and stuff. Then we see him, who has like really boring clothes and stands there quite alone.
Mm-hmm.
And then underneath this picture is a picture of him and a girl. They're friends, or they look friendly. Friendly. Yeah, and then he takes out a magazine or something and starts to, it's a fashion magazine or something, and starts to rip out different styles and just puts it next to each other. And the next scene is a montage, kind of, but it doesn't start as a montage. It starts as him introducing him to a person in new clothes with a new name. So
He introduces himself as a person in different clothes and a different name.
Yeah, and
Okay.
then the montage starts because in the next handshake he has different clothes again, and then it's different clothes.
He's in the same place.
He's in the same place.
Okay.
Yeah.
And these are all people, just random people that he introduces himself.
Yeah.
Does he dress only in boy clothes, but also in girl clothes? And
Yeah,
just,
every clothing.
every clothing.
You can find.
Okay, okay.
But then he sees, like the picture gets bigger, and he sees the girl from the picture standing like ahead of him and says, "Remember your name" or something, or "Remember who you are now." And then we're in the last scene, he's alone in a grey living room or something, with no, but then it doesn't look like there are any doors or anything into it, but then the door opens and his mom comes into the room and like sees him. You have to discover how you can show that.
What do you mean by sees him?
She accepts him by coming to him, and he has his own clothes on. It's always safe, small.
Okay, yeah, we can figure out. There's a question of mise en scene and what she does to him, how she approaches.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So this is important. The mise en scene, just it's a great moment to touch. So the author says to touch upon the subject. The author says, "Mom enters the room and sees him." And maybe it's going to be written like this in the script. As a director, you have to translate it to action. And some of you, I showed this example, I just really like it because it's very simply explaining the power of the mise-en-scene during the summer course like this. And you can imagine a person sitting, and there are ways to approach him, which completely change the essence of the approach. So one, look at two ways I'm approaching him. One is, hi, this is one. And the second one is, hi. You see how different the energy in these two movements are. It completely changes the dynamics of the scene. So the C is the word of the director, the work of the director to transfer it into action. So if the author thinks, sees him and puts an emphasis on it, then it's the work of the director to translate it into action. Okay, I'm sorry.
But as an author, you should write what's happening.
Yes. Yes, the more precise you write the mise-en-scene as an author, the more chance that what you have written is going to stay on screen. If you're vague, it's all going to go. Okay. So, okay, the story. So, what do you think is what do you think for you is the theme of the story and the want and the need of the main character, the boy who has no name? Just for us to have a better feeling of where you're going with it.
I want is to be one of the cool kids he sees on the street.
So it means that the clothes that he is wearing are much more extra than what he has, and it's questionable. It's girls and boys, so there are no rules in that place where he does it, right? So it's he can be anyone for this short period of time when he introduces himself to a stranger. Yes.
It's kind of inspired by mirroring people.
Okay. Okay. And in your story, this is the girl from the photo?
Yeah.
Who is a friend and the mother?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, good. Yeah, let's stop here. So, let's see. Thank you.
Se där.
After selecting one story, we try to further develop into a finished script that will become the shooting script of our short film. We do this work first separately with the group that thought of the idea by making the first draft of a finished script and then discussing all together with all the participants how would they think we can improve the story.
Robert, 17, is looking at his phone. The phone has no service. He looks around.
No, I didn't need that.
No, it's faded. Is starting to move faster and faster. So you actually describe. He goes deeper in the hostel, and sees the back of a maid from big. You can get to the camera. Near the hostel. On the person and runs away. So this is the world that we live. Everything we create.
If when he sees himself, is that like an image of in his head because he's like stressed, or it's like a fantasy in his head?
When the hoodie man is there, it means that the story has not ended.
Yeah.
Yes.
Then perhaps there has to be 6 to it.
Part 4 of the course consists of preparing the film. By preparing the film, I mean discussing the story scene by scene and trying to figure out the visual style, the props and set design, the locations, the sound decisions, and some special ideas that we can find for each of the scenes. This is a long process, and this part will take more than 3 hours. In my perspective, it can probably be not less than 5 hours, because each scene needs a detailed discussion in order to understand what we are all doing. In the end of this chapter, we divide the participants into teams, naming 3 main positions for each scene: the director, the director of the film, the director of photography, the cameraman, and the production designer, responsible for props and set dressing, everything that surrounds the production. We make this rotation system for the participants to be able to try multiple positions out of the filmmaking in order to find what they find the most interesting.
Okay, scene number 4, kitchen. Seeing the soup man and seeing the soup man meeting the soup man. Oh. Okay. Or if you don't want that scene, do you want that scene?
Yeah, sure. I can take it.
Okay, Marcel. Okay, scene number 5. Near the hostel. Oh no! Wait. Sorry.
That's when he is escaping the hostel, I think.
Oh my God! Yeah, the kitchen scene is crazy. It's going down, and it's like it's the craziest scene of the scene number 6. Near the hostel, running away from the window, seeing backwards the people, 5 people standing inside of the. Yes. Tina, you're not gonna take any scene?
I want 2 DOPs. To be
you need to write yourself in the production designer also, right? If you have a scene selected, check the script. If you're the director, go find the location, make photos, bring the photos back. Please, guys.
got lost in the woods. Then there were some people in this weird hotel. I think they wanted to kill me.
I think they wanted to kill me. I saw my body in the bed.
Okay, calm down because you don't make any sense. What? You don't make any sense.
You have to believe me.
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
Help me, please. I have to get away.
Calm down. What happened?
I was going to a camp when I got lost in the woods. Then there were some people in this camp and they were trying to kill me. I saw my own body in a bed.
Please calm down because you don't make any sense.
You have to believe me.
Can I maybe help you find the camp somehow? What camp are you looking for? Okay. The camp is there. We have just to go back.
I'm not going back.
But this is the only way. Okay, stop. The fifth section of the projects consists of filming the short film. As you never know what story you're gonna end up with, we tend to put a cap on the amount of scenes the story needs to contain. Usually it's 4 to 8 scenes. It means that either 4 or 8 rotations may happen. I, as a teacher, guide and try and help participants make the scene to the best of their capabilities, not interfering with the ideas and allowing to make mistakes. The filmmaking usually takes a span of 1 day. This is the perfect period to finish a short film, as more days will involve longer production and more complicated process.
Camera rolling.
Action.
There is not like a straight corridor down, and when she like goes up and looks at it, she like sees someone turning into the next hallway in some way. We can put it there.
Šis fokus, jā. Šeit tu redzēsi, kā viņš fokus tiek ar sarkaniem tādiem. Redzi? Sarkaniem.
Viņš parāda, ko ir.
Jā, tā, kur ir fokus. Un tad vēl redzēs ar to fokusēties. Un tad pēc tam tieši ar pamēģini tad paņemt tādu kameru tagad. Un tad var. Tur ir? All right.
So we like see the building, yes. Yeah.
Aiziet. Kā tas viņa?
Es domāju vēl, lai es tāds...
Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
Behind.
Yeah, just so we can get...
It was nice, someone.
Action.
So we can still be here.
Hello? Hello?
Connection between this.
Yeah.
Anna, can you stand here just to look how it looks? Closer to camera, please. So Давай, tā paņem, lai redzi, jā? Bet tik drusciņ kameru zemet. Tas gaismas arī kādā pamanīt. Aha. O, tas ēnā.
Ja mēs viņu varam bišķi zemē un tilpojam.
Cik augstumu tu vajag pacelt kameru, lai... Jā, skaties tev varbūt, lai neskaties.
Action. Girls.
I'm gonna go in that bed.
Can I see the sleep?
And it's cool. So, but we do this shot first, right? The shot of the TV, right? Okay, let's do that.
Fotografie.
Help me! Why don't you help me? I was going to this summer camp and then I ended up in a hotel up there and there were creepy people trying to kill me.
Okay, calm down. Then repeat that again, you don't make any sense.
I was going to this summer camp and then I ended up in a hotel with people trying to kill me.
Okay, this all works. I need to be more simple.
No, I'm not going.
If you play, like, if you think that you're playing a man, who's just like, oh, she's blind.
So here's the film. There's no front titles, no end titles. It's just the film. We did it with a big group of people. Maybe we go out in the end, down, and so here it is.
I think I'm lost. Could you help me find the way? I'm going to this camp with my friends? Or is this the camp? Help me. Why don't you say anything? Help me. Help me. I was almost killed. And I was going to summer camp and I got lost in the forest and then I ended up in a weird hotel up there with people trying to kill me.
What happened? Calm down. Don't make any sense.
I was in a summer camp. I got lost in the woods and I ended up in a hotel with people like dolls and
This is the camp?
I don't know.
It is right here. Come on, I take you.
No, I can't go back. Don't you understand anything?
Come on, I take you.
Wait. This is the hotel.
Place here. Yeah. Yes, an applause for the brave. We have a title.
Yes.
Yes. And this happens this summer.
Yeah, it was basically all summer.
All summer.
Yeah, because it was the only thing that I have done this summer is working at a laundry place called Nordplus Horizontal, where I live in Bergen. So and I was and it was forbidden to bring the phone with you and listen to any music. And when I was there for like 7 weeks, I started to think this could be a musical.
This could be a musical. Yeah.
This place, it could be a musical.
Yeah. And before you go on, who of the actors could play you in this play?
Perhaps Christina can.
Christina
Yeah.
could be you. Yeah. And your name?
Anna.
Alan. Yes. So, yeah. And what happens during these thoughts of the musical evolving from this boring? Is it a boring job?
Yeah, a very boring job.
Yeah. Can you tell me something about what you do and how bored you were?
It's exhausting. The cross won't let us go. We need to run. I have a way. Fabric! No! Fabric! No! Ah! Come! I can't! Too much fabric! Just trust me.
screaming. I didn't like show it on the outside, but I was like on the inside, so I think it was pretty well described.
It's how you felt it inside. Yeah, yeah. Thank you for your story.
Forest, dark night, city where nobody lives. Way back high, a lot of glasses. Scary moments.
Somebody lived here a long time ago. But now there are only ghosts left. And some cracks in the concrete. The old buildings is no more. Let's film in this place. It's creepy. It would be a good movie, for sure.
Now it's dark, nobody here.
So Diana, did this reflect your feelings about this place?
Yeah, I could really see they were scared and they were really careful not to disturb anyone when they were like moving slowly. I really liked it. I really liked the emotions.
You didn't miss anything?
No, I really think it was perfect.
Thank you. Thank you.
Once upon a time, there was a boy living in the musical.
Once upon a time, there was a girl who was in love with the boy from Nordplus.
Once upon a time there was a rain.